Well, it is really my joy to be here with Jill, who is the head grower out at the Owls growing facilities. And obviously, Jill, it's time for poinsettias, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Getting close.
It really is. Now, you know, every year I think people get excited for poinsettias and they get them home and you know, they have struggles with them. So let's just start right from the get-go. How do I go about picking a really good, healthy poinsettia?
Well, I think the most important thing, first off, would be to look for something that has a lot of good structure and branching at the bottom. That way you know it's been cared for properly, given a lot of room in the greenhouse to grow, and treated like royalty, like it should be.
So unlike the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, you don't want one with just one little spindly stem.
Right, you don't want a thin spindly stem. You don't want the lower foliage to be really yellow or small. If you have something like this that has nice dark green foliage, that is most important. So overall health and structure of the plant is really important. But also when you're picking out your poinsettia, you can tell the age if you look in the center of the plant, what we call the cyathea, which are actually the real flowers of the poinsettia. When it's more mature, these will be yellow and completely open.
Okay.
So you want to look for something that's tighter and has a good cluster intact. So that way you know when you get it home, it's going to last a lot longer than something that is really yellow and open.
Because a lot of people still believe that the beautiful colored bracts are the flower, but that's really just leaves.
These are actually a modified leaf.
Yeah.
So the true flower is the little tiny yellow cluster in the center. Not very showy, that's why we don't usually think of them as the flower on the poinsettia. It's actually, you know, the bracts are modified leaves, and that's why we like them so much.
And
they're
well,
colorful.
and they are stunning, and the colors
Yeah.
are amazing too. So now, if I looked for the good branching, all of that good stuff, you know, I've looked for the tight buds on the flowers, then I get it home, and you know, I know the work that goes in to growing poinsettias, but I think people don't. I think we take them home and we put them in all the wrong places and we don't water them right. So let's go over some of the rules for maintaining them once we get them to our home.
Well, before we even get them home, I think the most important thing that you need to remember is treat this like precious cargo and make it your last stop. Even if you think I'm just going to run into the grocery store, 10 minutes, pick something else up, if it's cold in the wintertime, that little tiny amount in your car in the cold can do a lot of damage to it, and it won't last as long in your home.
And really, let's define cold, because I think some people think, well, you know, it was 42 degrees outside. That's cold for them.
That is cold enough. Even for, like I said, that short period of time, 10 minutes in the 40s in your car, that can really do some damage to your poinsettia. So it should be your last stop. Pick up your plant and then go straight home, and you'll have the most success with it. The other next important thing is to put it in a brightly lit spot, but not in direct sunlight, because that can also fade the color on your poinsettia, dry it out. You can get brown edging on it. Just someplace that is brightly lit but not full sun would be most important next. And then also, when you're watering, you want to let the top of the soil dry down just a little bit. You should be able to stick your finger in about an inch deep and feel a little bit of moisture, and that is when you want to water it. You don't want it to be too dry, you don't want it to be too wet, but also remember to, when you get it, most of the time you'll get a decorative pot cover or something like that with this. It's important to remove the poinsettia from that so that water doesn't collect in the base and the poinsettia isn't sitting in water, because they have very sensitive root systems, and that can rot the poinsettia. Right. So it'll last a lot longer if you remove it from whatever sleeve it's in, water it, let it drain through, and then place it back in.
Then you can put it back in without a problem. Now, the exciting thing is coming up here now is varieties. I see so many just right here, and this isn't all of them even.
No, not even close. We are doing at Owls 40 different varieties, and amongst that we have about 13 different reds.
Wow.
So there's a lot of subtle variation.
So there's a red for every choice color of Christmas that's out there.
Yes.
So let's just go over a couple real quick.
Okay.
I'm just drawn to this brilliant orange. I mean, it's almost like a neon.
Right. That one is called Cortez Electric Fire, and that amongst the spectrum of the reds is definitely a more orange variety. A lot of people like to use that during Thanksgiving.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, you could buy that for Thanksgiving, and if you maintain it well, have it through Christmas.
Absolutely, yep.
And this has been one of my favorite for years. I think it's just charming.
That is called Winter Rose Red. Obviously, it gets its name from the unique curling of the bracts. It looks like a rose flower. It comes in a lot of different colors. We don't have everything here, but also whites and pinks and some of the two-tones you can get that available in as well.
Well, you know, it is the holidays, and Al's will have all of these available now. You can go out to any of their wonderful stores and pick them out. And, you know, I think that it is that time of year when we start really getting psyched up for the holidays. So get out there to Al's, enjoy the beautiful flowers, and take them home and maintain them yourself. Jill, thank you so much for your time, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much for having me. Merry Christmas.